Hello class! Welcome to Humanities 101. Our theme this quarter is Arts and Culture. My name is Huma and I'm going to be your instructor. The name is spelled H-U-M-A. My last name is super long. You can read it on the syllabus, but for all intents and purposes, you can just go ahead and call me by my first name, which is Huma. So this quarter will hopefully be pretty interesting. Hopefully it will be enjoyable for you. And I'll say it's going to be pretty chill. Like, it's not horribly demanding or punishing, as you'll find out. I think that everybody can do well in this course as long as they just keep on track with their weekly discussions and the couple of deadlines for major assignments that you guys have. I'll explain those in a minute. So overall, this class deals with what art is. What is art? What is culture? How do these two things intersect? We're going to talk about how culture shapes art and art shapes our cultural values. So we're thinking about things like media, things like sitcoms, things like poetry, things like hip-hop, things like religion, things like politics, things like power, empowerment, minority issues, sexuality, economics, like all of these things, and how do they intersect with art. So this whole quarter is going to be really just analyzing each sort of mode of art, whether it's literature or architecture or gender in sitcoms, for example. These are just a couple of themes that we're going to explore. And we're just going to see basically how culture shapes art and how art shapes culture in turn. So we're going to look at all of these complex intersections of cultural attributes with art and what art really says about who we are, our identities, our communities, and our values. So I hope that stuff interests you because I think it's pretty exciting. As far as workload goes, really, this is an online class, so there's going to be a lot of online participation required. Every week we're going to have discussions, so if you just head over into the left-hand side bar, you'll see the discussions tab, and over there you'll see there's a forum for every week's reading. Over there you can just hit reply and post your reflection of the readings. You can read more about what those are in the syllabus, but in a nutshell, each week you're going to tell me what the reading was about, but not just summarize the readings. Tell me what it is that really stood out to you about the readings. Tell me what you found problematic in the readings, if there was something you disagreed with. Like, really be critical about the readings and try to analyze them as best as you can. Try to make real-world connections with the readings. If there's something that the reading says that reminds you of something you saw on TV or in the news or at school or whatever, tell me about it. So our weekly discussions on the page are really going to be not just summarizing the readings, but just also critically analyzing them a little bit. Those weekly discussion posts are just 2 to 3 paragraphs max, so it should be pretty easy and pretty good as long as you keep up with the readings. If there's ever something you don't understand in the readings, the discussion posts are the place to say so. It's totally no problem for you to say, you know what, I had no idea what the heck this guy was talking about in the reading. I have no idea what this word means, or and so on and so forth, because that's the place where we can really get together as a group and offer explanations and help to each other to understand the reading. So it's totally fine. You don't always have to understand everything, and always be okay with asking me or your classmates for help in the online discussion boards. If you have a question or if you don't understand something, chances are the same goes for at least some of your classmates. So it's always good to just say, I don't get what this is about. Apart from the weekly discussions, there's going to be a midterm exam as well as a final exam. These are pretty straightforward. They're totally open book. You can use anything. You can use your study guides. You can use any notes you might have taken. You can use any of the readings that you've printed out. Totally open book. I am not into punishing you by seeing how well you memorize information and can put it on a test. I just want to know that you're engaged with the readings and that there's something that you remember, that there was something that you found useful from the things that we've covered. So therefore, my exams are always open notebooks. Yeah, it's just going to be both midterm and final is going to be comprised of 4 essay questions. They're about a paragraph long each per answer, and it should take no more than like an hour and a half to complete a lot less for most people, but an hour and a half is a cool amount of time to take to complete the midterm and the final. What else? Other than that, at the end of the quarter, you're going to have a final presentation. That's going to be a 10 to 15 minute presentation on any piece of art that you like. So that could be a painting, that could be a song, it could be a spoken word performance, it could really be just anything. For example, this quarter I had a student present about the cars that she works on because she likes to remodel and build cars, and I think that that's definitely a form of art. So that's what she discussed. Really, the sky's the limit because almost anything counts as art. Stand-up comedy, anything you can think of, really. If you are an artist, if you play music, if you build cars, if you paint, if you draw, and if you would like to make your 10 to 15 minute presentation at the end of the quarter about your creative process and walk us through something that you create, that's an excellent way to do the presentation as well. Of course, there'll be very specific rubrics that I provide for you for all of these presentations and discussion posts and all of that. So I don't want to make this video too long, but in a nutshell, those are some of the assignments coming up. Before I forget, one more thing. Around week 6, you're going to be turning in an outline that tells me what your topic for your final presentation is going to be. So for example, if you're going to be doing your 10-minute video presentation on how you remodeled a Honda or changed the engine out on a Honda or something like that, in week 6 you would just do a quick 1-page outline. I'll also provide the rubric for that and an example for that. The outline will just tell me, hey, this is my topic, these are the kinds of things I'm going to talk about, and here are a couple of articles or text sources that I'm using to support what I'm saying. Again, really detailed rubrics are going to be provided closer to all of these assignments, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And that, in a nutshell, covers our class. Please head on to the syllabus tab, look through the syllabus. I might even post this video on the syllabus, if that makes sense. I'll think about it. Look through the syllabus, go to the discussions page, check out our module section. There's, it'll just help keep you on track week by week. And if you have any questions about the course, if you have any questions throughout the course, or reading or anything, talk to me about it. Email me about it, and I'll be happy to even meet with you on campus or something and offer you some help so that you can do well. My goal for all of my students is to make sure that they do as well as possible. So I will do whatever I can to help you get a good grade in this class. I don't want this class to be a punishing class, a hard class. I want it to be a fun class, an enjoyable class, because that's how I feel that students do their best learning. Learning has to be enjoyable. So if ever you feel stuck or like you're having an issue or something, just shoot me an email or hit me up in my Canvas inbox, and we'll figure it out together. All right? All right, so with that, I will see you around as I post a few mini lectures throughout the quarter, and I'll see you on the discussion boards. Bye-bye.